I'm so high on life right now.
Why is that?
I'm just excited about so many things, man.
Ooh, can't wait to chat about it.
Did you see our new chairs?
Not yet. I see
know.
the backs of
I
them.
know I need to clean my windows. My windows are...
Oh, I need to see your clean garage too.
Oh, I opened the door. Oh, you already passed.
I was already past. So I think numbers are going up. We're rolling,
Oh, shit. Okay.
but we're not hot.
Cool. No, it's chilly.
Fall came early this year.
It was another little, hey, don't forget. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, Jan called it over the weekend. She's like, "There's another freeze coming."
Man, we went riding on Sunday, and we sat around at Elm Fork Tap House for a little too long. We walked outside right when that wind just came through, and it was a death march to get home.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was, we got back, and I looked up. I was like, how hard is the wind blowing? 36 maintained with gusts to 52.
Yep.
We were riding so slow, we were on the sidewalk because we were moving so slow, and I almost got blown off the sidewalk numerous
times. Yeah, I rode Sunday on the Trinity trails and got blown off the trail a couple times.
Dude, it was not a good day to have bags on your bike.
But any day on the bike is better than a day not on the bike.
That's true. I thoroughly enjoyed the ride, but it was wild.
You're high on life. You have new chairs. You have a clean garage. What else is going on?
Oh, I've just been putting all kinds of stuff. Oh, I installed an ice maker in our kitchen.
Okay.
A built-in ice maker. I think I told you about that.
You told me something was coming along this way.
Yeah. And then all
And
my...
that breeze can stop, damn it.
I know it really could. But the good thing is it's coming from the south, which means it's about to warm up. It's supposed to be 90 on Friday.
We're supposed to get the mid-90s over the weekend.
High of 40 2 days ago, and then it's going to be 90.
Yeah, hard freeze the other night.
Yeah,
50 mile an hour. You know what they say about Texas?
If you don't like the weather, stick around 24 hours. Yeah.
But yeah, mid-90s. It's like, hey, we'll go camping this weekend. Yeah, I'm not ready to camp in mid-90s.
You better buckle up.
I said I'm not ready. I gotta ease into it.
Start acclimating.
Yeah, we've got an air conditioner in the van I haven't tried out yet.
I was about to ask you, how well does that work?
We haven't tried it out yet. Didn't need to when we were in California and Arizona.
Is it like a swamp cooler? Or
No, it's a EcoFlow Wave 3. It's like a portable.
Portacool.
It's like a portable air conditioner.
So does it take air from the outside?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's got two vent hoses.
Okay.
So I've got a window frame thing that goes to the top of the driver's side
I
window.
saw that. Did you have it in the van at Paris?
I may have.
Yeah.
I may have.
But you still haven't even tried it?
I hooked it up and it works, but I haven't.
I turned it on and I turned it off.
Basically, that's where we've been with it so far. Because it's one of those things, you don't set it up for 5 minutes. It's like when you're going to be in the same spot for a weekend, it makes sense. Set it up.
Yeah.
If you're setting up for the night and tearing down first thing in the morning.
So is there a lot of setup involved? You're talking about the window system?
Just the rigmarole of putting the air conditioner between the driver's seat and the passenger seat and running the hoses and hooking it up to the power supply. It's not that much of a pain in the ass, but it's enough of a pain in the ass to not... If it's 100 degrees and you need to take it off, it's fine. But if it's 88 degrees now and it's going to be 74 degrees in an hour, it's like, all right, I can wait it out, sort of thing. And that's the way our California Arizona trip, even though it was like mid-90s during the day, when we're out scouting in the air-conditioned vehicle anyway, in the evening, it gets down to low 80s, mid-80s in 10% humidity, which makes a big difference too. And then it's going to be 40 degrees at night. So there really wasn't any reason to set it up.
Speaking of California, I got my kitchen pass signed.
Did you?
Yes, sir.
Now I need to get mine signed.
Okay. You mean to call Jan? She loves me.
She does love you.
I'm scared of her.
I am
and
too.
for good reason.
I am too. Yes, there is damn good reason to be scared of.
I've seen her mad.
Oh no, you have not. You think you have.
I've seen her upset, and I guess I don't ever want to see her mad.
You've seen her upset.
Yeah.
I've seen her mad, and she had very good reason.
Yeah.
Once or twice to be mad.
Jeez.
I've learned my lesson. I'll just leave it at that.
That's fair. But I've got my coolers are coming tomorrow.
Okay.
I've got I was shopping for equipment on Facebook Marketplace, which is an absolute whip.
But there can be gold found there.
There can be.
It's panning for gold.
There can be, but what I've found is the stuff that I feel like I want, it is worth the money. Is in Waxahachie, or it's in Dallas, or it's in Weatherford, and the pictures are still iffy, and then the communication is...
That's the one that always gets me. It's, wait a minute, I'm asking a fairly straightforward question here, and you're walking around it.
Yeah. And so...
just come see it. No, you just need to answer this simple question.
I'm the guy that I don't go see something unless I'm 90% convinced I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
And so after much deliberating, I just decided to get new equipment that comes with a warranty.
Nothing wrong with that.
So I've got a grinder, a sausage stuffer.
I bet grinder and sausage stuffer. Yeah.
It's not a swipe right grinder. And then grinder, stuffer, slicer, and it's a mixer, but it's like a trough mixer for mixing sausage that hooks up to my grinder.
Okay.
And I've got a bunch of casing. And
did you get all this stuff from the same place, or did you source it from different?
I got some of it from a place called the Sausage Maker. And then I got another one. I got most of my heavy equipment from a place called Meet Your Maker, which I think is the clever name.
I think it is.
And the last two pieces to the puzzle is once I get the refrigerators in there. Oh, and I've got...
You should check on those and see if they have affiliate programs, and we'll put a link in the description.
That would be cool. I've got... Once I get the refrigerators and freezer in the space, I want to see how much room I have for a stainless steel table, because I want as big of a table as I can do for as much work area as I can.
I get that.
But I don't want to overcrowd the space, and I also don't want to undershoot myself on a table. So I'm really... And Facebook Marketplace is really where I'm going to get...
You're going to get your table deal on Facebook, but you also have to snap it up as soon as you see it.
100%, yeah. And so as soon as I get my coolers set up and in place, that's what I'm going to start doing, is figuring out how big of a table I can get away with.
What are you thinking?
I want at least a 7-8 foot table,
okay.
Not only just for the work area, but for storage underneath as well.
Sure. How wide of a...
I would like a 3 foot.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we'll see.
That might be tough to find.
Well, we're going to get rid of that couch back there because it's just a dog bed. And then I've already got one rolling rack back there that's actually bigger than the one that's in our laundry room, that is going to house small wares and equipment like pans and bus tubs and stuff like that. And then I'm getting another rolling rack that's going to go on this end of the refrigerator situation that's going to house all my preserves and canned stuff. And then I've got all my equipment to convert all my refrigerators. I've got my surge protectors, I've got all my USB fans, I've got my humidity controller, my temperature controller, my dehumidifier, my humidifier. It's a process.
Oh, sure.
But I figured budget-wise, for a single door, smaller cabinet, if you buy a dry ager, it's $4 to $5 grand up to $8 grand. And I am doing a double door for right around $2 grand. So it's a much better setup. I'll have way more room, and this could be a dangerous double-edged sword, but I'll have way more adjustability, which could be to my detriment. But
how would it be potentially to your detriment?
Because dry aging is...
You would just fiddle with it too much, or?
Yeah, or I may adjust it too far one direction. Like, I already know my temperature and humidity settings and stuff, but its airflow is one of the main things. And that's why I have a bunch of USB fans that are going to be placed throughout. And I ordered adjustable speeds so I can turn them down, turn them up, because airflow is critical as well. So the last couple of pieces of equipment I have yet to get are I want to get a cheese press, like a Dutch style cheese press, so I can weight the handle and press like large rounds of cheese. I want to get a vacuum, like a true vacuum sealer, like a chamber vac, and my stainless steel table. And then I think I'm going to be off to the races.
Chamber vac's a game changer.
Oh, yeah. You have one?
Yeah. I've sent you the stuff on it before.
Oh, have you? I'm sorry.
No.
I don't think I was in the market
before. It was a couple years ago. It's a smaller one.
Yeah.
And for my needs, it does everything I need.
It's like lightning quick.
Yeah. And there's no flaw in the seal ever.
And you can seal wet stuff.
And you can seal wet stuff.
That's the main thing.
We've done the soups and stuff with it.
What brand did you get?
No, it was,
Vivor?
I can't even remember
I
now.
need to turn my shit on Do Not Disturb.
Was it the Avid Armor? I don't know, something like that. I can't remember.
Okay.
But it was a slightly smaller one than what my Food Saver traditional one had been. So like I can't get my super big steaks in it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I still have to go to the old one to do the
Yeah.
big steaks and things like that.
And that's the thing right now is the disparity between the entry level chamber vac and like a commercial chamber vac is thousands of dollars.
Yeah. What I really wanted was $2,000, but this was 500. So
that's not in the budget right now.
no, but trust me, I get it.
But the vision is becoming more and more clear.
We could do a GoFundMe for you.
I'm not that guy. I don't want to be that guy. But the plan is once we get bulked up, we can start selling stuff as well. And I don't know why this didn't hit me before, but last night I told Paula, I go, you know what's going to be cool is post dinner, be like, hey,
you want the ultimate doggy bag?
Yeah, you want to come look at the meat room, the meat and cheese room? Yeah. We can slice and package and ring you up and send you on your way with some of our delicious meats and preserves. And
so is that going to be at that point your commercial kitchen you wanted? That's
no, that's just going to be the processing room. And I'm still trying to figure out, I would love to get, if money was no object, I would have a walk-in cooler that came off of that room so I could potentially bring in whole animals and hang them for a couple of days up to a week or so and then process them and then package them. And
I hear you.
I would love to get just all off in it. But at the time, I still want to bring in like whole pigs and process them. And I don't have the ability to house something and age it full animal. But I want to do all of it.
Baby steps. It's building up to ride the Tour de bike. You don't go from buying a bike at Academy Sports to riding the Tour de bike.
That's true. But that being said, I didn't buy a mongoose for my first grinder either. This isn't my first grinder, but I'm stoked about my grinder, my slicer, and my sausage stuffer. Both my grinder and my sausage stuffer have a foot pedal on it. So you have hands-free operation, which is super badass. So we're going to crank out some sausage.
So does this mean you won't be doing your sausage party thing anymore?
This means that
the sausage party comes to you?
I might be hosting the sausage party. And that's not innuendo.
That's not a threat. It's going to happen.
It's a promise. Yeah. I'm excited, man. I almost couldn't sleep last night.
Very cool. Very cool. I may have to come to your sausage party and watch.
You're more than welcome to cuck my sausage party.
We should talk bicycles.
Maybe we'll keep the couch.
We should talk bicycles because that's all this podcast is about, right? Is bicycles.
Legendarily. Can we get into this email now that I found it? Now that you resent it twice and I found it? I still don't have it on my computer, which for whatever reason.
I can't speak to that. You go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
So this comes from our friend, Mr. Josh Dean, up in the Northwest Arkansas area. And he says, hey boys, still love the pod. I've got a few updates for you. Updated Coros Dura review. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Yes, it's a touchscreen, contrary to what I thought initially. I thought that would have been in the manual.
Yeah, I think it may have also been a firmware update where it wasn't originally a touchscreen. I think originally you had to use just the scroll. But I could be wrong.
Maybe that's true. Contrary to what I initially thought, the scroll dial is way better to use than the touchscreen, though. The functionality of the app controlling the device screen is really great. Spelling error, Josh Dean. I got to give him a hard time because he would totally eat me up about it. The everyday functionality and battery life is killer. I use it almost daily and charge it about once a month, which that's pretty impressive. But my Garmin's in line with that too.
The solar ones,
yeah,
sure.
The biggest challenge is not obvious on how to start a route once you already have a live activity recording, which that seems counterintuitive anyways. Like if you're already recording, I'm not sure if I could do that on my Garmin.
Like I had to do it on my Wahoo the other day.
You were already recording.
I was already recording. I'd already started my ride.
Yeah.
And I realized I didn't need to load the route myself because I know where I'm going, but I was leading the group out sort of thing. And then I thought about it's the Trinity Trails, and my automatic map plot may have plotted the paved trail every once in a while when I was trying.
You just wanted to vet the route
as I was doing it. So 5 pedal strokes in, I loaded the route.
Yeah. So you were able to do it.
The Wahoo was able to do it, no problem.
So he says, as of yet, I haven't figured out how to add a route to the Dura from the app when the Dura is recording.
Well, okay, that's different than that. Yeah, I already had the route loaded onto the computer itself. So I misunderstood what he said there. Yeah.
So you're already recording.
You're already recording, and then you want to add a route from.
Seems like you're trying to do too much.
Yeah, you really want to do that ahead of time, folks.
Yeah.
You want to have your route loaded onto your device.
And he goes into that. He says this just means more planning ahead if you want a route loaded to your Dura.
I say that. I see it at our events all the time. People ask second during the writers meeting.
Oh shit, I need to download the route.
Wait a minute. And they're talking to their buddy, how do I get the route?
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
I've been that guy.
I'm not shocked.
I'm still occasionally that guy. He says, I don't regret the switch from Garmin 520, 530, 840 solar at all. And then he puts a link to this guy that's doing a 1,500-mile mountain bike route across Texas.
Not really. Check the date on that. That article's from a year ago.
Yeah, and I think he ran into a lot of logistical errors because he was trying to go through King Ranch, wasn't he?
Not King Ranch. It was over there by Big Bend.
Yeah.
It's actually a piece of property that just sold this past. Huge. It was a huge. Can't remember the name of it. Something. Dub Mountain Ranch or something like that.
Okay.
And it was like, as soon as I saw his plots, that doesn't work.
Yeah. There's far too much private land.
I don't know all the details. While Rich and I were doing the New Mexico scouting, I think the guy that has this route, it's, I think, XTX, I think, across Texas. And he's been pitching it to bicycle riders, horseback riders, hikers, everybody.
Who wants to ride a horse for 1,500 miles?
I can't speak to that. Not me, but he was actually vetting his own route, hiking it, sort of thing. But he was like, it was all farm to market roads, at least the first few days of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what his route ended up being. I know it got way adjusted from what he originally was shooting for.
Which tends to be the case.
It does tend to be the case.
Yeah. And he says, also, when it comes to all the 32er talk, as someone who lives around and rides with bike industry people, I can assure you that they are coming.
We've never doubted that part of it.
And all the industry people I've talked to have said they're testing them extensively. The biggest supply chain challenges as of yet are suspension forks and spokes long enough for wheel builds, which we've touched on that.
And we've basically,
The biggest build challenges is needing increased rigidity of frames and wheels, which makes sense. 28-hole wheels not recommended, for example, which that also tracks. I have 28-hole wheels on the Chumba. I built that up at 28-hole wheels because a lot of those guys in Houston, that's what, like Shannon, he's a bigger guy than me, and he said, I think 4 or 5 sets of his wheels are 28-hole, and Breg rides, I think, exclusively 28-hole. Now they're carbon rims, so there's a lot more rigidity in the rim. I've ridden 32 holes and had 3 broken spokes and the wheel's still not out of true. There's a lot to be said for the durability of the rim and the ability for it to hold its roundness and true even when it's not properly tensioned and everything else. But even on that 28 hole, especially in the rear wheel, maybe it's in my head, but I feel a little flex when I'm out of the saddle really getting it and stuff, or going through rough areas under power and stuff. So that would make perfect sense that when you extend those spokes, you're going to get a lot more play. So I think 32 holes probably going to be the minimum.
For a while.
Yeah.
For a while. But
I also run bladed spokes too, which I think lends to the rigidity of the spoke as well. So
it's from mass release, it's going to be it's still, yes, they're better at engineering and there's more computers involved and everything. It's still going to be a couple, 3 years to sort things out.
I think the curve's going to be a lot quicker.
Yeah, but it ended up being almost a 10-year curve for 29er for those people. yes, it's going to be a 3 to 5 year curve.
Yeah.
32 is my guess.
Yeah. I think you're not so far.
What else did he say about those 32s up that way?
That's all he said. That was it.
I'm waiting for the big reveal of the big brand that's going to go that direction, but
It's coming.
maybe we're premature.
Maybe. Maybe they're just waiting for the canary in the coal mine.
Maybe we're cutting edge.
No. Let me see. Caleb, I sent. Oh, that was to our group text.
That was our group text.
Yeah, I sent this, the new.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to jump in here. Speak. Hey, he doesn't listen to the podcast, so he's not going to hear this.
Yeah, fuck him. Believe.
Bastard.
Yeah.
He's a tease.
He is a tease.
He was supposed to be here. This was the most solid. I was confident he was going to be here.
He's never here until he's here.
Well, no, it was like, oh shit, I'm building this whole episode around Caleb. I want to hear about
I've
his.
never done that.
No, I want to hear about the Mid-South. I want to hear his Mid-South experience. I want
Single
to.
speed, nonetheless.
I want to hear about his new bike.
Yeah, it's a sexy bitch.
I want to hear about this 32er he saw in the wild. And I've got an art project for him. I was wanting to like talk about it here and all that sort of stuff. And Caleb, dude,
he's elusive. He's a busy guy. Amy's got a lot of house projects going on.
I'm about to say, this time we can't blame it on the man. We have to blame it on the woman. No, I'm not going there.
Apparently, I can't remember what the deal was, but his kitchen flooded.
Man, he has more shit going on.
And he had AC issues. He's had a lot of.
But he's got a truck now, right?
He does. He has a real truck now. Great guy.
Great
guy.
I miss him.
I do.
I'm going to find a way to wrangle him here.
But apparently this new house.
Maybe your grinder will get him here. The sausage party, maybe.
The new house 32-inch mountain bike is a mountain bike you can actually buy. Which.
You told us that, didn't you?
What do you mean?
You were the one that sent us. You said Caleb said.
That he actually saw one at Mid-South.
Yeah, you sent the article that it's available to buy now. But it's a rigid 32 MTB, right?
Yeah. And it looks like they're using the NV fork. So, yeah, but you can actually buy it.
NV fork?
It looks like it's just painted, but that definitely looks like an NV fork to me.
So it's an NV 29er fork? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're still using a 29er
That's
fork.
what most people are doing right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I just assumed, because I didn't zoom into the pictures.
It has a fair amount of clearance.
I just assumed it was a steel fork built for 32, which actually, now that I think about it,
Definitely a carbon.
I guess I didn't zoom into the pictures.
No, that's fair.
But now that I think about it,
I like pictures.
hell, even just figuring out building the fork at this point, if just a traditional steel or tie fork at this point, that's going to be a chore. They're not going to know how,
Oh, but wait.
particularly with a big wheel disc brake load on it.
Look at this beautiful. Greg Harris sent me this picture, this link. Look at this. How pretty is that? It's very Jones-esque, especially with the truss fork.
Truss fork.
But
Well, you need to send me that. We'll make that the cover photo for this episode.
that is a beautiful bike.
What is that?
I don't know that they're not really calling out the frame maker. It says it's a prototype, 32-inch build, ready for testing. I maintain the geometry. I guess it's English Cycles,
Okay.
and they tagged 3
I mean, it
others.
looks Jones/Black Sheep-esque.
Yes. Yep. I'm assuming it's all steel,
I would think so.
but I love all
Dig
the.
that color, man.
It's sexy and pretty good tire clearance once again.
Please forward me that email.
Will do.
I want to see those.
Look at these.
I want to
bits,
zoom into those. What is that?
That's a Madrone rear derailleur.
Huh. That's sexy as hell.
It is pretty sexy.
What, maybe $800-900 for that whole build?
They gave it to me. Let me see. Copy link. I'm gonna send it to you.
Do you know how to forward messages in email?
You son of a bitch. It's already done.
You just said something that reminded me of something else. Suspension for.
Oh, that's the other thing. Is Ratio, the company that I have used to convert my drop bar 11-speed mechanical shifter into a 12-speed and ran in conjunction with a mountain bike rear derailleur, now has a rear derailleur. So they're making their own rear derailleur, And apparently, and it's not the most expensive, but it's not the cheapest either. And it doesn't look like it's UDH. I haven't looked this up, but my one of my favorite mechanics sent me this link, this screen cap or picture of a screen.
Yeah.
But this is a modular user serviceable derailleur designed from the ground up in UK for 1x drivetrains. The mech can be used with a wide range of cassette and shifter pairings. And so apparently, and it says direct mount option for SRAM UDH compatible frames.
There you go.
For all other frames.
There you go.
So apparently you can make all kinds of selections here, and they assembled the derailleur per your recipe, so to speak. So you can run this with 13 speed, 12 speed, and you can tell it which shifter you're using. So this is the solution I've been looking for.
This is a cafeteria derailleur.
Pretty much. You can build it the way you want it. You can have it your way, like BK.
Interesting.
So if you were to run, if you wanted to run Explorer 13 speed, this derailleur will do it. If you want to run 12 speed, you want to run it with Shimano shifters, it'll do it. You want to run it with SRAM shifters, it'll do it.
Okay.
Now that leads me to my next thought is I don't know. Sorry, I have a hair in my mouth. I don't know if you still have to use it in conjunction with their conversion up front, because even if you're using an 11-speed shifter like I am, you have to change out the ratchet mechanism in the shifter. So, because right now, if it's 11-speed, it only has 11 intents, or 10 intents, actually. So you'd have to bump it to one more. So you may still have to convert your shifter if you're not using an off-the-shelf shifter, which still doesn't solve, because there's not a drop bar mechanical over mechanical drop bar shifter that I know of at this time. And I could be out of the loop on this.
Okay.
But still, it's cool to see there's so many people stepping out and making derailleurs now. Excuse me. Like the Madrone we just looked at on that 32-inch.
Right.
There's I can't say their name, but the Garbach company I think they're out of Germany that make the Rasta derailleur that I've showed you, and those super sexy cranks.
Ingram?
Maybe, is it Ingram?
I'm pretty sure it's Ingram. It was the Rasta derailleur. I thought.
You may be right. You're probably right. You're usually right. No, you're not usually right. But and then now you have Ratio making derailleurs, and then obviously we have L2 or whatever they are.
Pro or whatever it is. And then there's a bunch of Asian stuff out there right now.
Oh, you're right. It is Ingrid, because here's those cranks that I was talking about. It is Ingrid. You're right. But they're making derailleurs, and there's another company, I can't think of their name right now, that had a big showing at, maybe that's Madrone, that had a big showing at Sea Otter last year, and they were bunch of colorways, bunch of different configurations.
What I was saying on that mic from Greg, man, that was sexy as hell. So I'm not familiar with the Madrone stuff. I think I might want to be though.
I think they're made in the USA. Or
did your computer just die?
Nope.
That's your screensaver.
And I still don't have that
you're
email.
in dark mode.
I still don't have that email. I don't know what's up with that.
I don't either. I'm not going to pretend that I do. I'm thinking I may finally be breaking down and heading towards electronic shifting on one of my bikes.
And a girl. Let's see.
I think the Tributary needs it. It's always had flawed shifting. Mm-hmm. That's been my biggest, aside from how ugly it is, that's always been my biggest misgiving about the bike. But it's an e-bike. So if you're in the wrong gear, it's not too tough to make up for it.
Sure.
So you're not shifting as much in an e-bike to begin with. But it's also to the point, it's just a tad annoying. And there's no way to fix it. It's all the internal routing and the way they have it going through the bottom bracket. And it's like, you can't get clean shifting out of the thing.
So electronic shifting is like, other than the battery, it's a no-brainer. It's an easy install too.
Not
only is it an easy install, it's a ridiculous easy setup too.
Yeah, and the reason that I'm even more likely to lean in that direction for the Tributary is because the bike's got to be charged up anyway. So I might as well make sure I'm charging up the shifting at the same time, sort of thing. That's always been my biggest. Yes, I would be the guy that forgot to charge the battery or whatever else.
Did I tell you my story?
I don't believe
I
so.
might have shared the story already.
Because I've heard so many stories
Yeah.
about.
On the Chumba, I did the electronic shifting,
Okay.
and Harnish was in town a couple of weeks ago, and he stopped by the house, and he goes, "Hey, I'm going to go ride Knob Hills," and I go, "Cool, I'm going to go with you. I want to ride the corner bars." Is that right? Corner bars?
Yep.
On trail. I haven't ridden them on trail yet, and so I loaded my bike and everything, and I had put my battery on to charge, and because I didn't want to be the guy that shows up and my bike doesn't ship. Drive to the trail, I get to 1171, and I'm like, I forgot my battery. So I had to turn around and come back to the house. Luckily, I was just 5 miles from my house. But I was like, shit, I'm that guy. I forgot my battery. So it happens.
And that's been my biggest misgiving about electronic shifting, quite frankly, is
because you can't forget your cable at the house.
Mechanical shifting going to basically always work.
Yeah.
Yes, I recognize there are caveats to that.
Sure.
It's not going to be dumbassery,
Yeah.
forgetfulness that makes it not work,
Yeah.
sort of thing. But so I'll probably go that direction with the tributary. And
It is quite luxurious, and it is a definitive step up in crispness and it's just perfection.
the transmission setup is only for flat bar shifting, right? They don't have lever shifting for it, right?
You mean like drop bar shifters?
Yeah, drop bar shifters.
They have electronic drop bar shifters, I'm sure. Yeah.
Does it communicate?
Well, there's an entire ecosystem around that.
That's why I'm so out of the loop.
Well, so there's
on all of that.
a bunch of different companies that make, I'm forgetting what they call them now.
So
odds or these or
blips and
blips. Yeah. So
Blips.
you can use, there's 100 different variations of those.
This one
Sure.
is lever shifting.
But I think that there is
So
a
it all
company that
all
makes,
talks to each other regardless of.
as long as you're in the same ecosystem. Like
I have to be
SRAM to
SRAM.
Shimano to
Okay.
Shimano.
And I don't know that I want transmission, but it's probably the most
But when you talk
appropriate.
about transmission, now you're talking about SRAM. So are we leaning SRAM or are you?
It's SRAM already.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've got my SRAM brakes, so I'm
Yeah.
keeping my brakes. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
I don't want my brakes and
Yeah.
shifting.
Yeah.
So I'll be staying SRAM.
Okay. Atta girl.
Not my preference. I'd rather be Shimano, quite frankly, but I'm a cheap bastard.
You can leave now.
No.
I may be the only one that's a diehard SRAM fan, but I've come around to Shimano.
I still prefer Shimano braking. Is ultimately what it boils. It's not so much the shifters. It's Shimano brakes
They're hard to beat. Yeah.
they're
Yeah. Even the XT level brakes are pretty.
Shimano XT brakes are really good. It's ultimately what it boils.
But I haven't messed with either in quite some time. And I've been on mechanical brakes for the last pair of hydraulic brakes I had were R1s for Formula, and they were on my Soulcraft that is now retired, and never had an issue with those.
And also, there's different levels of transmission, right?
Yeah, there's GX, there's XX, or
I'm about to say it. It started out with just the one, but then like they quickly
and
released
it
the
trickles down just like
other.
everything else.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not the components geek.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just.
I really don't follow all that stuff. And look how long it's taken me to say, it's time to go electronic shifting, at least on this one, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm still fascinated by.
Other than the sticker shock, you won't regret it.
Is it sticker shock on the lower end transmission now?
No, I got a really good deal on mine.
I'm not at MSRP wise. I really,
It's not for the GX. It's not bad at all.
that's why
Especially because you don't need. Maybe you do need cranks.
will I need cranks?
I don't know.
I hope not, because that's not going to work.
You might need to take it to your local bike shop.
Yeah, that's definitely part of the plan.
Yeah.
I know a guy.
Yeah. He's well versed. So they have the XXSL. They have the XX. They have the XO.
Because the transmission was built with e-bikes in mind to begin with.
They have the GX, which is what I'm running. That is their bottom of the line transmission, and I have nothing but good things to say about
Understood.
it. I didn't need Racer Boy, Super Light. I didn't need titanium and carbon and all that stuff. I have zero regrets with doing that. And I think retail right now on a full drivetrain is around $1,000.
That's what I thought.
I'm not sure.
That's what I was thinking. It was somewhere in that price range, which
And it may be even lower at this point. I don't know. Group say. Let's see what the old Googles returns. Look, $949, and that includes a crank set.
But I can't use.
I understand. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can buy it without the crank set. That's the only thing I don't know.
No, that part I understand. I may get the crankset. I may end up with the crankset regardless, but
Yeah.
I don't have to have that crankset to drive the
Sure.
transmission, right?
No.
Okay. It'll work on just a 1x drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I have on my.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm running White Industries cranks and White Industries chain
Ooh.
ring on my.
Have you chatted with Austin any lately?
No, but he just won Rouge Roubaix.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He's such a fucking stud. He was gonna go do Doom, and I have no doubts he was gonna absolutely slay it. He got sick. I don't know the nature of his illness, but he opted not to go. Smart move. And then ended up. I didn't even know he was gonna go do Rouge
I
Roubaix.
think he mentioned it,
Yeah.
but I could be wrong.
He won.
Of course he did.
Yeah. No surprise.
We need to see if we can drag him along with us on Monday.
Okay.
Reach out.
It's time for his monthly meeting with us. Anyway.
That's what I'm saying. We're past due.
Yeah.
And if it comes down to it, I could throw a bike rack on and take a bike up and he could ride while we're talking
Yeah.
with Betty Joe. And
Or
can
we
meet
could
him.
just drop him off in the middle of nowhere and
And he
he
can
can ride his ass
pedal
home.
home.
Yeah.
That's a good, you need to reach out to him.
Yeah, I will.
We can make that work. Or if nothing else, I can just take the Brompton in the back and he can ride the Brompton home.
I don't think he'd go for that. That's not Chi-Chi enough for him.
Yeah. So here was my experiment on Sunday. So we had,
Are we back to Grinder?
you're the one with the sausage fest.
I couldn't resist. Sorry.
We
I'm a child.
We did Trinity Trio, even with the 50-mile-an-hour winds. A
Sorry,
couple
I
of the
didn't
trails.
show up.
Well, no, we're going to do it again
Yeah.
when all the trails are open.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same thing without hitting all the trails.
Understood.
And particularly, I understand why people didn't show up with 50-mile-an-hour winds on top of the levees of the Trinity Trail.
Truth be told, I didn't read the brochure. I didn't know that we were going to have winds that high.
I
Or
understand.
our plans would have been different. We would have stayed in the woods much longer.
Understood. So that's what I did. So I led the group out, took them to Martin House from Gateway, said, all right, y'all go on to Sansom and do your thing. And then I explored some other stuff to make sure it worked for the Taco Casa loop. And then I took the tributary on Gateway West to do its first real mountain bike ride. I've done the Denton Trail on it, sort of thing. Pieces of
Gateway West is a completely different animal than.
No, you're thinking Gateway East.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Gateway West is pretty tame.
Yeah.
The idea was going to be to take it up to River Legacy and do it, but River Legacy was still closed. But I did Gateway West on it. The learning on the tributary is the bottom bracket height is way too low for true single track riding.
You need to be running 160s, bro.
There is that.
You need
Maybe
when you get the
maybe I could just take the crank arms.
when you get the GX drivetrain, you could do 160s.
I can't. No, you can't use the crankset because it's integrated into the motor. It's all integrated into the motor.
I thought your motor was in the hub.
Not on the tributary. No, it's a mid drive.
I'm thinking of the
Confluence.
Okay, sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry.
I've got too many bikes. It confuses me.
have intimate knowledge of all your bikes.
Yeah, the tributary is the mid drive with the big beefy motor and all the news.
Okay, now I'm caught up. Now
all
I'm
the
tracking.
fake Newtons.
Now I'm finally tracking.
So this is the tributary is the 7,500 mile range bike.
7,500 miles?
75 to 100.
200?
I'm gonna slap you.
I wish you would. I need a good slap.
But so that was my big takeaway from the tributary. It was capable on single track with the new heavy duty downhill tires on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about those tires.
It's lots of rolling resistance and lots of grip.
Yeah.
Which is fine on an e-bike.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not really a detriment. You know?
No, not at all.
I'm just disappointed you didn't go Schwalbe with the radials.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I wish you would have
You need
bird with me.
I needed them that day, sort of thing.
That's fair. That's fair.
But this is an experiment.
Yeah.
And it was budget friendly enough because Nico was kind enough to give me a takeoff for the rear.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
That if we wanted to do the radial experiment, that's a really good idea. I wish I had been friends with you.
Tires I can't say enough good things about them.
Man,
and I haven't even ridden them, and I'm still just infatuated.
I need you to check on the 2.6 radials for me while I'm telling the rest of my story.
Oh, they have them.
Ooh, so electronic shifting and radials on the Tributary.
Oh my gosh.
My God. And have it by the time we go out there for Kitchen Pass week.
Yeah, you might not get to ride it.
So anybody that's listening, Easter week is the plan for Brad. So what, the 5th on, we're going to load up the shiftless mobile and head to California and fill in the last hole of
Look at this.
the tuba
Now they
trail.
make tour and city radials, cross and gravel radials, road radials.
Oh, they've got the whole lineup in
Yes.
radials now? Oh my God.
I don't know how this was so quiet.
I hadn't heard because that. Okay. But let's not go to, just find the 2.6s I want for me and we'll get Nico to order them. So we'll be going to finish out the California section of what was the Tuba Trail is now the USA Trail.
I saw that email.
So we'll talk about that some more later on.
Okay.
But if you want to ride along with us, keep that in mind. If you're going to be out in California, we'll have some shiftless stickers and some BasePacking stickers to hand out along the way, or put in strategic places that we come across as well. But then after I rode the Tributary on the single track at Gateway, guess what I did next?
Not a clue.
I unfolded the Brompton and tried it out on the single track at Gateway and took it for a spin. And that was most assuredly the first time the Brompton had been on a mountain bike trail exclusively for any length of time. That was an interesting experience.
Say that again. I was caught up
That's all
ogling
right.
tires.
After I rode the Tributary on Gateway to see how it did as a drop bar e-bike, mountain bike, which it did pretty well, except for the lower bottom bracket and some pedal strikes here and there. Not too bad, but something to be aware of. I threw the Tributary in the van and took the Brompton out from the van and unfolded it and took the Brompton on a spin on the Gateway West Trail. And it has bottom bracket clearance problems.
I saw that one coming from a mile away.
It actually did much better than it was actually it was a fun ride. It would make a fantastic bike on a pump track. It would be awesome on a pump track. It was fun. The 2-inch tires could have used a touch more lug, but it was still pretty fun. But it was one of those things that there was no pedaling through turns at all on it. It was and I'm a pedal through the turns type of guy.
Yeah.
So anytime I was even starting to think about leaning the bike, it's like I have to keep my pedal up. But outside, it actually, when coasting, it handled really well. I was shocked actually how well it handled. It was super fun. That would have been really cool as a throttle bike, quite frankly. Oh my gracious! So what'd you find for me on these?
There's so many. Magic Mary, but it's a gravity tire. I don't think you want anything that aggressive.
I need something that's
our hawk hit back.
it's telling us about it too.
Yeah. There's the Big Betty, but it's saying it's an enduro and downhill.
They're all going to say that once you get to 2.6, right?
This is just eddy current.
I'm looking for something that'll do well in sand. Obviously, the lugs aren't, I guess, going to really hurt in sand.
This is your girl right here.
Okay.
The eddy current. This is the front. Is this any more aggressive than what you have on there currently?
It's actually a little less aggressive than what I have, I think.
So that's the front tire.
Okay.
And then here's the rear tire. It doesn't look much different. Come on, open. Open sesame.
I'm going to be.
That doesn't look any more aggressive than the front tire.
I'm going to do two of the same anyway because I'm going to swap them back and forth.
Okay.
So either one.
I think the Eddy might be your go.
Does it have a MSRP price on it?
102 for the front and 108 for the rear, even though they look the same.
With radials?
Yeah.
2.6?
Yep. Comes in 2.6, 2.4, and then it comes in 27.5, 2.8, and 2.6.
For shits and giggles, what's the biggest gravel?
Let's see. They have the Hurricane.
What's the Hans Dolph? What is that? Bestseller.
That's a monster of tire.
Okay.
This is Enduro.
Okay.
Hurricane. Come on.
Hurricane.
29 by 2.4 looks like.
And that's a radial? Because isn't that saying a $49
Oh,
price?
this is only tube. You don't want a tube.
No. Okay.
So that's the thing is they do a lot of tube tire.
We'll go down that rabbit hole
Yeah,
later.
there's a lot.
We'll go
They
down
have
that.
a ton of tires.
All right. So goal for the Tributary by our California trip. I need to get radials and electronic shifting of some sort for it.
I know a guy that can get you sorted out.
I bet. Just don't tell my wife.
I won't tell her anything. She told you she scares me. Have a Racing Ralph, maybe a little bit too racy.
It might be.
And it doesn't come in a 2.6. So
Did I tell you about my flat tire experience
Yeah.
in California? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. I did. And that would be the thing with the Racing Ralph.
yeah,
I've tried Racing Ralphs before. I don't think they ever lasted me more than 2 or 3 rides.
this is a good looking tire, the Rick,
The Rick.
but it only comes in a 2.4. That'd be a good tire if it came in a 2.6 for your e-bike.
Understood.
It might wear out pretty quick though. And I would defer to someone that has a little bit more experience in this area
So,
because putting tires like this on an e-bike may change the durability of them. But the radials are designed for e-bikes.
I'm about to say, the radials have e-bikes in mind, generally speaking, right?
Yeah, a lot of them do. Yeah.
So how are pressures supposed to work with the radials versus traditional? Do we know?
You can run higher pressure. So that's a flat deterrent right there. And you still have, because the casing is more flexible, you still have
a softer ride.
Yeah, and a better contact patch.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I am definitely interested.
Yeah.
Good call, Bradford.
Hey, I do what I can.
Yeah,
You know?
I had forgotten about the radial tires. I am definitely radial tire furious.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. What else is going on in the bike world? Have we heard any news this week?
Trying to think. I've been head down doing house projects and stuff. Helps if you can spell. I haven't checked bicycle retailer recently. Lycra Company declares Chapter 11. One of the leading producers of spandex used in cycling apparel filed for Chapter 11 protection Tuesday.
The company called Lycra or a Lycra company?
No, the company called Lycra.
The company Lycra.
The Lycra Company.
That's like saying the aspirin company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I would have. We're not done. Yeah, we're not done with this stuff. It's
Shimano agrees to $11.5 million penalty on
saw
crank
that.
recall.
I saw that. So that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
We knew that was coming. This happened, what, 2 years ago, a year and a half?
No, it took 2 years ago, a year and a half ago was when they actually finally did the recall.
That's right.
Took them 5 years to get to that.
Yeah, and we knew it was going to be a big deal when they finally admit,
Yeah.
hey, here's a problem.
Yeah. Because so they don't do that until they're threatened with a
Yeah.
big fine or whatever to begin with, and then they still ended up with a multi-million-dollar fine, which I'm not sure what determines all of it, how all of that works. But it was the Consumer Product Safety Commission or something
Yeah.
like that.
You're exactly right. Consumer Product Safety Commission. Yeah, the CPCSC. I didn't even say that acronym when I was reading that because I didn't know what it was.
Understood.
Off the top of my head.
Understood. So that's interesting. I want to see more about that. There's also going to be I'm interested, but I'm also not sure that I really do want to watch it. But I guess it's in South by Southwest Film Festival now. Netflix is going to have it next month. A documentary on the Mo Wilson killing, the female gravel racer that was shot.
I watched the movie. I think it was on Hulu or something.
Was there another movie on it already?
Yeah. It was one of the cheesiest movies.
Oh, okay.
It was.
I didn't even hear about that one. So it was like a made-for-TV type movie thing.
It could have easily been a Lifetime movie.
Okay.
100%. Very poorly shot, poorly acted.
I had never
The cycling aspect was.
way off.
There was no way any cyclist was consulted in any of this. She's riding like a Walmart bike,
Right.
with like flat pedals and like just off the shelf Lycra and winning races with big number plates. It just doesn't
I
look,
get.
it doesn't look like anybody was actually consulted in the making of it. But the story is still interesting. Like they get into how she fled to Costa Rica and got the nose job and was using her sister's ID, and she was teaching yoga and just acting suspicious and
Right.
just the whole thing. But it's very, like I said, it's like a B movie.
I hadn't even heard.
I forgot what it's called now. But
Interesting. Now I'm just gonna have to watch it out of curiosity because
don't expect anything entertaining.
It's maybe we should do a episode on that.
I think that could turn borderline disrespectful.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
I should probably steer clear of that.
Yeah.
I don't want to get myself in trouble.
No, that's wrong. And that's part. I don't know that I want to see the documentary because I don't need to know. I know the basic facts. There's no dispute about any of that.
Hopefully it's done better than the movie that I watched, the dramatization or whatever you want to call it. It was disappointing would be an upgrade.
Yeah, usually they are. I say that. There was a Hulu miniseries a few months ago about the murder. It has nothing to do with cycling, but the Murdaugh murders in South Carolina. It was.
I don't know anything about it.
Man, it was like all over the true crime stuff. It was a powerful attorney guy that he killed his wife and son and shot him on their estate but pretended that anyway, I watched that one and that one was done very well, but I watched because a friend of mine she was in it and she was actually the person that put together the original Spinistry website. Somewhat related to cycling in a very loose way.
Tangentially.
Very tangential.
Sure I said that
perfectly. I know what you're trying to say.
Sure, I said it perfectly.
Pretty damn close. So that one, that's the first TV movie in a long time I've seen that actually looked like they'd done a good job of proper research. I guess was the roundabout way I was getting to it.
Yeah.
It seemed to be pretty accurate from everything that we had known about all of that.
See if I
case.
can't figure out what that.
My biggest thing on the Mo Wilson thing is we know Colin and
this is it. Yoga teacher killer. The Caitlin Armstrong story.
So
that's the movie I was talking about.
So it's the case. So I've met her. I've met Caitlin.
And then the movie that's coming out at South by Southwest is The Truth and Tragedy of Mariah Wilson.
Yeah. So that one's Mariah focused, which I think is more appropriate.
Sure. Yeah.
I never met her. I never met Mo, but many of the other players involved in the story, I know.
Yeah.
Which is part of why I don't know that I do want to see this sort of thing.
It's tragic, to say the least, but the facts of the matter is the cycling industry, cycling world is as small as it is, given what you said.
Just me being directly involved with these. This isn't a tangential thing.
Yeah.
This is,
The cycling world is still gigantic, even though it's very close knit. Statistically, there's going to be shit like that happens. You get enough people together, somebody's going to break crazy.
Oh,
you know,
the crazies. We've had people we've known that have been tied up in that crazy shit that you don't think is ever going to happen.
Yeah.
It could be argued though. Man, it's almost like that was when the switch was flicked, and maybe it was just timing coincidental of when the gravel racing scene changed. It was like there was a before her killing and an after, and it's almost like there's a hard line there. The scene changed.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
But that's really when it changed, because she was coming in the what was gravel racing.
Yeah. Gravel racing was like just...
It was taking off.
Like
it was taking off.
Skyrocketing.
But it was still the legacy people involved with it. And she was the rising young star newcomer. But she was still mixed in with the old group.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term. And then it was like overnight, everybody involved on the racing side of it changed. It was a totally different route. It's really weird the way that happened. And I say that, obviously Matt and Lauren are still in it and staying. And so it's not night and day, but it was like there was this whole new crop of racers that were in the mix all of a sudden, and who had been the traditional, understood as the highest level racers. A lot of them just faded out really quickly.
I think that whole thing kind of drove him out.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, which is I'm not going to say any more about that because I will get myself in trouble at that point, and I don't need to create any more trouble for myself. I do a good job of that already.
Back to Schwalbe. Did
Back
they
to
make
Schwalbe.
32-inch tires?
It's worth looking into. So have you heard any more of your Fargo rumors or anything like that?
No, in fact, I'm glad you brought that up. Salsa just released their, what is Flyway? New gravel bike.
Yeah, that's the Warbird replacement.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're just rebranding everything.
They
They
can't say they can't say war anymore.
What are we doing to ourselves?
It's evolution. Things change over time.
Okay.
They do.
They just released a new Fargo package. I guess it's not listed under their mountain bikes. I guess that's a
Adventure bike, maybe. What are they? What are their general labels they have?
all bikes, mountain, gravel and road, fat tire, e-bikes, frames, bike archive. I guess it's gravel and road.
I wouldn't think so, but maybe.
Fargo. There it is.
Under gravel and road.
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess because it's drop bar.
So this is the package they just released, the Fargo Apex S1000 Axis transmission. So you can buy this full setup with an Axis transmission on it for $33.99. That's a hell of a deal. But
Yes, it is actually. I'll say that.
that's not a bad setup, but I imagine they cut a lot of corners to get all that together. Seat posts, seats,
Wheels.
hubs, bottom bracket.
Wheels
you
would
know.
be the big thing.
Yeah. But still, if you're looking for an adventure bike that will go anywhere, do anything, and you can beat the absolute hell out of it, that's a good place to step in.
And it has decent bottom bracket clearance.
Yeah, that too. So,
That was it was like, man, I wish I had brought the El Jefe and
Yeah.
done all three bikes in one go. So
Yeah.
I need to get back down there with the El Jefe and compare it and see what that's really.
that's a super capable bike.
Oh, no doubt. But I mean,
Better bottom bracket height.
better, but it's rigid.
Yeah.
So mine is anyway.
That's true.
Yeah. I can't do anything traditional on my bikes. Something's always got to be a little off.
Yeah,
Geared and rigid.
which is fine.
No,
Yeah.
and tie. So
Everything should be titanium.
I don't disagree. Except for
handlebars.
and cutting. I have tie handlebars.
Yeah, I don't see the allure to them. I rode tie handlebars I've had multiple pairs of tie handlebars, and they don't have the dampening effect that I hoped they would have.
No.
And it's only because, so I had Jones tie handlebars, and they did have the dampening effect, but it's to the detriment of how thin the wall was, thus why I broke one. So then I've had the groovy love handles, and those were really beefy to avoid breakage, and they were just as stiff as like an aluminum bar. And then I had the old school, the Titech Hellbent, which was a titanium flat bar.
I forgot about those.
Those were super beefy too. So the only thing you get out of that is you spend more money and you get a slightly lighter handlebar, and that was before carbon bars were really a thing.
But you get that sexy tie finish that doesn't maw.
That's true. But for my money, I think carbon is better as a handlebar material than aluminum or titanium.
Not for me, because I like clamping stuff to my bar, not worrying about it.
With the Salsa bars that they're running now, they have the Tour Guide. I forgot what the series is, but it has a longer midsection of the bar, and it's designed to hold bags and stuff.
Right.
Instead of it being thick at just the stem, it's an extended area so you can clamp bags, and it's meant to take it. There's still requirements as far as torque and shit like that goes, but
Right. I like just being able to torque things on there and not worry about if I'm at the right newton meters or not.
that's true.
That's a me thing.
Yeah. If you're going to hammer fist, then buy a tie bar.
Or aluminium.
Yeah,
I'm
But
no,
but the good thing about
I'm not
tie-
I'm not a carbon bar or carbon seat post guy.
titanium seat post guy.
Okay.
That's where I will tell you, like, tie is. If I was going to fork over money for any tie component other than a frame, it would be a tie seat post. And I have maybe 5 of them. So I'm a believer. My money is where my mouth is. And I paid retail for every one of them.
There is no choice.
Yeah.
there is.
Free engraving, though.
Okay.
Our buddy Lambo
Okay.
engraved, I think he's engraved 3 of my
Very
scenes.
nice. He had his Jan showed it. I don't know why I didn't see it. but I guess he's posted his WRX wagon. I didn't even know there was such thing as a WRX wagon. He posted that for sale. But it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I would like that.
Yeah. I saw Britt chime in and go,
Did he?
I want this car. I don't know how all that thing shook out, but that's a Brit car.
That's definitely a Brit car.
Yeah.
If I was going to lose out to anybody for that car, Brit, that's a fair loss.
Yeah.
And he would get more use out of it than I, but it would do some good damn scouting.
Yeah. It'd be fun to rally.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't even know they made a WRX wagon. What else is new and exciting in the cycling world?
Man, I really have nothing. I've been head down like house projects and getting Operation Whole Hog up and running, trying to get all my ducks in a row for that so I'm not sitting around twiddling my thumbs for too long.
I know what we need to talk about. We need to figure out our lunch plans for St. Joe Open Air event.
Okay.
We got to sort at least the basics of that out.
Since it's open air,
What do you need from me for that?
I'm anticipating that there's little to no resources.
We drove by the staging area the other day just to put our eyes on it. There were a couple different pavilion areas.
So we have coverage.
There is coverage.
Okay.
Didn't find restrooms, so I'll need to bring porta-johns in.
Is there electricity at the pavilion?
I will find way for electricity to be available to you.
We don't necessarily need it. I was thinking if we want to go sous vide route, I would need electricity. If not, speaking of which, I still have your sous vide.
Okay. Thanks for the reminder. I asked Jan and Foster about that. Was the sous vide in there? But it wasn't. Okay.
Yeah. When we loaded up, you said just go ahead and take it.
Maybe I did. My head
That's
fails
fair.
me at points.
But I'm thinking we go the Blackstone route, and I could do a number of things with the Blackstone, but a sous vide would be nice just to hold and stage.
Sure.
And then finish on the sous vide. And the only other thing I need is a table.
I have a folding stainless steel table.
There you go. We're covered. I've got knives and pots and pans and spatulas.
When you
and all
say
that stuff.
Blackstone, the smaller one that I sent you, or something more?
I would prefer to have a full format, especially if we're going to do 100 people.
I understand.
That flat top that we had at Whitesboro was clutch. It was awesome.
All right. So do you have a source for that, or?
I bet I can locate one and use it.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to think. I have this one, but it's plumbed.
We've got two of those smaller ones.
Oh, two small ones would work fine.
Because you got one and I've got one.
Mine's still in the box.
I understand. Break it out.
Test run it,
give it
I
a.
need to season it too. So
Mine's slightly seasoned up, but I'll do some more seasoning on it.
I can season it morning of.
Okay.
Not this one. I'll burn this one off and season it up. I've got some tallow hanging around.
Okay.
But yeah, I could get away with two of those, and that would be perfect too. So I can run them at two different temperatures. The only problem I have with the Blackstone is if it's very windy, you can't run it too low.
Understood.
But I can bring some foil and do some makeshift wind coverage on them too. So I think with two Blackstones, I can do it. It depends. If we're going to have 200 people, I might need a full-size Blackstone. If we're going to have 100, 125 like we had last time,
Right.
I think I can manage it because the beauty of that concept is people just trickle in.
Yeah,
you know?
I think we'll be somewhere between 100 to 150. But if we make it to 150, I would be surprised.
Yeah, I think we'll be golden with two.
Okay.
And menus TBD, but I feel like our last menu was about as good as it could have been. I was very happy with it.
You think it's something similar or something completely different, or no idea?
No, I really don't know.
Okay. All right. So the two small Blackstones, for lack of a better term, some source of electricity. We have a sous vide for something, and the folding stainless steel table, and you're good to go.
Yeah, and I'll bring my own chair.
Bring your own chair. Okay. If you think of anything else,
I will. Right now, I'm locked in on menu and execution for this weekend.
so is this weekend a regular fam dinner?
I have a full house.
And you're full? Excellent. Did you pick up any more last weekend, or? Okay.
Yeah, I ended up at 12, but I forgot it was spring break weekend.
That was a
You know?
major fact. Yeah. And that was the main spring break weekend, but
Yeah.
now we do stretch out spring break over the month, where it used to be
Yeah.
everybody did it the same week.
Yeah.
But that's still the one that crosses most
Yeah.
people.
But I'm at full this weekend, so. and
Excellent.
I still have to announce my April date. I'm only going to have one, and it's on April 18th.
April 18th, eatatfam.com.
In fact,
Put yourself on the email list.
Let me just make it live today.
Anything else?
That's about all I got.
I understand. We covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to throw one.
Okay.
I'm going to throw a wild card into the mix here.
Go for it.
I want to read another. This isn't shiftless specific, but wanted to. So we were talking about Trinity Trio of happening. One of the guys there. So
How many people showed up?
we had 6 people that actually showed, which I was expecting maybe 2 or 3 might.
Oh, okay.
We had 20 people that had signed up, but that's also one of those that people always wait till the last minute, whether it's always a factor. We probably would have had 25 or 30 people there if it had been decent weather in the trails. There was a lot of interest, but once the trails weren't in the mix,
Yeah.
interest definitely waned, and I get that completely. But one of our attendees is a guy named Jared, and
Subway guy?
nope, most assuredly not.
It's a shame that one guy tainted that whole name.
I tell you, I didn't even think about that. Thanks, Brad.
Sorry.
So Jared had a full weekend.
Okay.
He did the Mid-South double.
Which is
He runs 50 miles on Friday and rides 100 miles on Saturday. And then he comes down to Trinity Trio and does Trinity Trio. And this is his first time to ever ride Sansom, but he's basically a brand new mountain bike rider. So he had never ridden anything like that. And then he finishes Trinity Trio and he hops in the car and goes home to Shreveport.
Oh, wow.
So his mountain biking experience is Shreveport-ish, and he's just getting started in it. But
But Shreveport has a couple of decent trails.
I don't know what he's riding.
Monkey Trail.
I know
is
the monkey
awesome.
trail. I know the monkey trail's there.
Vodka Trail is pretty awesome too.
I don't know what specifically he rides there, but
Yeah.
he mentioned that Sansom was eye-opening to him of what mountain biking might be.
Yeah, it's definitely different than anything you're going to find in Shreveport.
Yeah, like I said,
I don't have stone.
that's my guess.
Yeah, it's all dirt.
That's my guess. But man, that's a hell of a weekend.
That is. Fitness is not his problem.
And this guy's been showing up he's almost like another kind of a Justin Carey type story in a way, in that he
Just keeps pushing.
found the passion, the drive to just do more and expand on. He's not being told by Instagram influencers or the cycling media.
How old is this cat? Ish. 40?
Not that old.
Yeah.
Maybe closer to 30 would be my guess.
Okay. Does he have
Jared, don't hold it against me. I don't even know if he listens to us. I would guess 30 to 35 range.
Okay.
But he could be. He's one of those guys that he could be anywhere between 20 and 40.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he could be 20.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I can't tell how old people are anymore. I don't even really feel like I'm
They're all
as old as I
kids.
am.
They're
Yeah.
all kids.
It's all relative. But does he have a previous background in any kind of athletics?
I honestly don't know.
Because Justin came from soccer. Is that right?
Did he?
I thought so. Something like that.
We know it wasn't wrestling, but it should have been.
Yeah. But
I don't know. And
because I'm always curious, people that discover cycling late in life and do stuff like that and have that much drive and passion, a lot of times they have some sort of regimented coaching in their history, like showing up for practice
Possibly.
2-a-days,
And-
pushing themselves.
And quite frankly, if we get the opportunity, I'd love to talk with Jared to dig down into those levels. And he does a pretty good job of showing up for most Spinistry events. And he usually shows up the night before and does some sort of bandit camping somewhere.
Yeah, sounds like my kind of guy.
Maybe we find a way to meet up with him the night before that. But the thing that he touched on here, and I'm seeing it, it's why I keep thinking cross-country mountain biking is on the way back. It's because of his endurance gravel stuff that he started getting interested in the mountain biking side of things, and the just wanting to ride the bike more often, but not ride in the roads and stuff. That makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah,
to me.
Shreveport's not the safest place for a ride.
I do truly believe that there's a lot of gravel riders out there, given the right motivation's not the right word, just the right direction or hint of, hey, check this out sort of thing. I think a lot of those people would find their way into cross-country mountain biking.
Isn't that interesting that a lot of our gravel riders came from road riding?
They came from road and then gravel and then transitioning to mountain biking, but it's really, it's a lot of it. It's a lot of it's the COVID riders that started out with gravel bikes and gravel.
Yeah.
And even though, again, 80 out of every 100, the bikes are just collecting dust, and that's still a 20% growth net sort of thing and I think it's a neglected market sort of thing, in that they didn't come up the way we all have through an established discipline. This is the way it works.
Yeah.
And you start going down a path and go, this isn't exactly what I'd rather do it this way.
Yeah.
They came into this gravel scene. Here it is. This is how it works. And they didn't know there was other stuff out there.
Yeah.
And obviously traditional road and crits and stuff like that doesn't align for what they want to do.
No.
But I still believe endurance mountain biking and gravel are married at the hip. I really do. But they've really separated the past 10 years, which was weird, because that was really the root of gravel, was endurance mountain biking.
Yeah. In the very beginning, the majority of gravel riders came from mountain bikers, at least anecdotally, at least on the
local here. Because I started. But no, that was basically true across.
Yeah. And then somewhere around the Mo era that we were talking about, we started seeing a lot of road riders gravitate towards gravel.
About
maybe 2 years prior to that.
15, 16 was the big shift.
Yeah.
And then 17 took it over the top. I always tie things to that 17 year, because that's when Lance showed up for Chainring Massacre. Yeah. And I'm not saying Lance caused it. I'm not saying Chainring. That was indicative of when that shift was. Yeah. This is when the overall cycling scene clicked on, oh, this gravel is really a thing now.
Yeah. Gave it a lot of traction. It's just interesting that the majority of gravel riders in the beginning came from mountain bike, and then there was a shift, and then the majority of new gravel riders were coming from road riding, and now that gravel riding has become almost a gateway drug for mountain biking.
Exactly.
So we've come full circle, so to speak.
We're getting there. Yeah. We're getting there. And I think there was a big effort the last couple of years to try to get those newer gravel riders to become roadies. Mm-hmm. And that didn't take. And I don't think it ever will. Because don't get me wrong, my California experience is a fantastic example. Man, I could ride road in around San Diego all day, every day.
Very cycling
friendly.
My
God.
Extremely. The whole of California is very cycling friendly. You know?
I can't speak to the whole of California yet. What I saw around San Diego, that was just Trinity Trio. We actually have protected bike lanes with the hard dividers all the way from Gateway to downtown Fort Worth now.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. Yeah. Went from Gateway to Martin House Brewing on 1st Street.
Yeah.
Man, give me more of this, please.
I wish that if we were more progressive when it comes to cycling, like a lot of European countries, it would be so awesome, because it's so hard to retro a cycling-friendly community. From a taxpayer standpoint, from an infrastructure standpoint, it's hard to go back and add a bike lane. But my road, for example, when they redid it, they added a bike lane, which is awesome.
There's a bike lane there? I didn't even notice.
It's just a wider shoulder.
Okay.
But that didn't exist before.
Okay, man, maybe I lost my perspective on that.
There was no line on the edge of the road.
Gotcha.
And the road was slightly narrower.
Okay.
And then when they redid Frenchtown, they did the same thing. The problem is it's littered with debris most of the time.
That was definitely a problem on 1st Street in Fort Worth. That was a true negative.
And that's the problem when you put the ballast up. The ballasts are great, but street sweepers can't access them.
Agreed.
So it's a kind of a double-edged sword. But then again, maybe if that's your commuter path, instead of doing trail work, maybe you go clean the bike path. Have a bike path cleaning day.
Yeah. Take that gas blower of yours and go for it.
If you're primarily,
I can mount that on the tributary and have it going backwards. I've got jet thrust
or forward. Oh, you wouldn't want to ride against it. Yeah, you're right. But that's a thought that's never occurred to me before. But if you're primarily a road rider, take care of your bike lane. Maybe sponsor a section of your bike lane.
But also going back to the California side, and Nico and I talked about this last week. I don't think you and I chatted about it. Just the difference in the personality and the vibe of people driving around San Diego versus driving. I'm not saying it was perfect there, but man, everybody was just staying in their own lane and just doing their thing.
Yeah.
Traffic was flowing the way it was supposed to.
Yeah.
We were flitting around San Diego in rush hour traffic.
Yeah.
And yeah, there were parts it slowed down. There were parts it came to a stop. But you didn't get to a light where everybody was blocking the intersection because they wanted to get out there before the light turned red and they're stuck in the middle of the intersection, or people refusing to zipper merge, or people zipper merging on the shoulder.
Yeah.
None of that was going on there.
There's less assholery.
There was almost none.
Yeah.
I'm not saying none.
Speaking of shit traffic, have you been to DFW Airport recently?
Not lately, no.
Oh, I went to pick Paula up last night.
You were just talking about how great it was to get in and out of there a few weeks ago.
The entirety is under construction
Okay.
at the time.
Okay.
And it is a nightmare.
Okay.
I
Good
say
to
the
know.
entirety. I think it may be just Terminal C.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but it was a fucking nightmare.
So you're telling me there's yet another reason for me to never fly.
I don't think flying's the problem. I think it's getting to and from the airports. But
Well, and then I guess we're not having the flights not on time or canceled or that we had for a while there. But it was like, my logic has always been, what's the point of flying if it's going to take me 2 days to get there?
Yeah.
Well, you got caught up in that in Mexico and stuff like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we had a good 10-year run there where you really couldn't count on a flight.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. It took me longer to get from the entrance of the airport to the gate to pick up Paula than it did for me to drive from here to the airport.
I believe it.
And so it takes me 30 minutes to get there, and it literally took me 30 plus minutes to get from where you drive through and the bar comes up to pick her up and come back out. It was ridiculous. But it's the cost of progress, right?
Supposedly.
I don't know why they felt the need to completely, it is, from the looks of it, it's completely being gutted, redone. And I don't know how that affects all of the lanes, because there was so many lane closures, and just to get to Terminal C was all a detour. You have to go like all these back roads, and not back roads, but roads you normally wouldn't drive to get there, and you come out a completely different way. And then the exit is, everything's under, the road is all under construction.
Understood.
And people inherently, I don't know what it is about the airport, people are the most self-righteous drivers at the airport.
That was about where, that is the one thing, trying to get the on loops and the off loops at that airport, man.
And you have people, instead of pulling curbside to pick people up, they're stopping 2 and 3 lanes over and leaving their door open and then getting out, greeting and taking their time putting luggage in. I'm like, what are you guys doing? It's a very selfish thing.
So we're so cycling educational here. That people learn so much about cycling by listening to this podcast.
I think it translates to, if you have a flat on the trail, you get off the trail.
Right.
It's etiquette. And the same thing at the airport. If you're stopping to pick somebody up, move over to the curb.
Etiquette seems to be dwindling across the board for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. And if you don't believe me, go shop at Costco, which I'm heading to today.
Okay.
Always my favorite. It is a stark difference between shopping at Costco, which I normally go to Costco, and then I go to Central Market.
Okay.
Completely opposite. Costco people, they're the only people in the store. They leave their buggy in the middle of the aisle and go across the aisle and are looking at stuff, completely unaware of anybody else around them. Central Market, people are intently staying out of everybody's way.
That's the South Lake Central Market. That's the one you go to.
It's a completely different animal. And I'm glad I don't do them opposite. I'm glad I don't go to Central Market first and then go to Costco. I get my demon out of the way.
There you go.
And then I go to Central Market where I can relax. I get borderline road rage at Costco. So
I think we should just go ahead and wrap this one up.
It is still windy for the record.
It is windy. It is windy. I'm still going to try to get in a bike ride today, maybe.
As you should.
Hopefully. I got other things that I got to do, though.
I don't think it's in the cards for me today.
Understood. We got to figure out a way to get Caleb here for real, though. Or do we just have to go kidnap him at some point?
I was going to say that same word. Let's just go kidnapping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watch out, Caleb. We're coming for you.
Yeah.
Outside of that, should you send us off, Bradford?
Yeah, go ride your bike. Enjoy this weather while it lasts.